Okay, hey guys, it's me. So I'm recording this with the lights off in my game room, and hopefully I will have no interruptions. Got the little Poochie Pooch, the dog, right over here beside me. Anyway, so what I'm trying to do is create like business card sized tags and labels. Okay, so these would be for my classroom. It can label things that are in cabinets, label things that are on shelves. It could be for vocabulary words, definitions. It could be like games where the kids mix and match and exchange things to review vocabulary, terminology, anything that you would want to use with that like little business card size, like tags, and then laminate them. Okay, because I have, and then my daughter has for her classroom, we have laminators that use these business card size little thermal laminating pouches. And I will put a link in this video, and I've also put links in my other videos for those pouches as well. But anyways, I'm going to do a quick tutorial. So the program that I have previously used, I'm trying to get the glare off my glasses here. So the program that I've previously used, you can't get it anymore. Okay, it's like a like Print Shop Pro or whatever. Anyway, it was really good, but I can't get that anymore, that version anymore. So I'm going to try to replicate what I've had in the past using like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, or whatever. Okay, so this one right here is in oh my goodness, Google Slides. Okay, Google Slides. So, so the first thing I did is open, push your plus button, log into the account that you want it to be saved. This is my personal account. Okay, so there's my email, my personal. Okay, so I'm going to go to Slides. Slides, there you are. Okay, I'm a dork. I like to sing to myself every now and then. Just makes my life more fun when I sing. Okay, so this one right here, I have already opened this one up. This is one that I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here. So I want this to be the size of the business card. Oh, I'm sorry. So right up here where it says File, normally when you open like PowerPoint or Google Slides, the reason I'm doing it in Google Slides is I want to be able to share this template with somebody. So my daughter's teaching. If I want to share it with her, she's got 3 kids and she's a busy mom, and you know, that's what moms do. So File, I'm going to go over here, well, and you can't see it because my face is in the way. Let me see if I can hide my face here. Let me hide my face for a little bit, or maybe I can make my face smaller. That does not make my face smaller. Hold on, I'm gonna get my face, move my face out of the way for a little bit. File, page setup, and then right here I'm going to set it up. It's going to be 8.5 inches wide by 11 inches tall, whereas normally it would be opposite. So normally on PowerPoint, or lady, you're in my space, girl. I'm sure you guys probably have this problem. Your dog, even a tiny one, gets up on the couch with you and then they start taking up your space. Okay, so this is vertical. Okay, it's more vertical. Because I'm going to use this, even though it's slides, I'm going to use it as a document. Because I feel like for this, like you can add text boxes. Google Slides has a little bit more elements in it, creative elements that you're not going to get with Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word. Okay, so over here to the side, so now this document is like the size of a piece of copy paper. Okay, and then over here I know that my business cards are going to be 3.5 inches by 2 inches. And if we find that this is a little bit too big, I can go back in and shrink it a little bit, because I'm not printing this on like a special business card paper. I'm printing this on cardstock, and then I'm going to cut it myself. Okay, as long as it's the size of a business card or smaller, it's going to fit into those business card size thermal laminating pouches that I want to use. Okay, so I'm going to click back over here. What did I just do? Oh, okay, so I'm going to lock the aspects of it, and this is the size it's going to be. What I like to do is in this, and I may have to push pause because there might be a couple things that I need to figure out on here, and I do not want you to have to wait on me, but I want to put borders around mine, okay? Because when I cut these out, like, I want a little border to look at, so that, let me go ahead and color. I'm going to give this a little bit of a color here, so it's, let me see, just let's cut. I'm going to fill this with, we'll just do kind of a light gray. There we go. Okay, so we can see it even if I click off of it. Okay, and then I'm going to get this formatted the way that I want it, and then I'm going to duplicate it. So copy and paste, copy and paste. I should be able to fit 5 of those business cards, those little tag labels in one column and 5 in the other. Okay, and so this you can do. You don't have to go to the store and buy a specific like Avery labels number, 57302, okay, and then tear them apart. So hopefully you have access to a paper cutter, so that you can, like a Fiskars or what are some other brands that I have? Anyway, a paper cutter, like just a desktop normal paper cutter. Cuts paper. Okay, so does it say border? Border. Okay. I like something that's a little bit more, fancy than just like a regular border, because I like to be able to see. I'm going to be looking at these things for a long time. So maybe not that much, because that's going to take quite a bit of ink, which is definitely a consideration if you are printing off a lot. On some other programs that I've used, they have a lot more variety with the borders. Another thing that I've done in the past is I've gone to like insert or format, so you can just kind of play around with that just a little bit if there's something fancy that you want on there. Like I would, let's say if it's all a certain theme or a certain concept, like they may all have this pattern on them, okay? Or okay, whatever border we want. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with this one right here for just simplicity's sake. And then I'm going to go ahead and take away this fill right here, because we can see the border on there. Now I'm going to, let's see, so this is a text box, so I'm going to add some text in there, and then I'm going to change the font. Okay, so let's say I'll just stick with what I know. Okay, so I'm an art teacher. Elements of art. Okay, let's say that it's and I already have these cards, but let's say it's the element of art line. Or maybe I want to have like review cards, and I want to put the whole definition of line in there. Okay, or maybe it's math facts, and you want to put like all your different math facts on there, or whatever terminology you want to put on here. Put as much or as little in there, as much or as little wording in there, words and letters, as possible. Okay, so then I use Verdana quite a bit. That's just kind of my go-to font. When you are choosing a font, make sure that it's something that's very legible, something that's very easy on the eyes, something that you don't mind using frequently. Make sure that it's something that's viewed from far away. Okay, so like if I chose something like that, it may not be very easy to see. Okay, and then okay, that's not so bad, but I don't know, to me that just reminds me of typing class when I was little. That right there is probably like a little too ornate. You just want something that no matter the learner, their reading level or their vision, maybe they have vision problems, or vision difficulty, I shouldn't say problems, maybe difficulty with their vision. Just try to get something that's going to be for the majority of the readers, the majority of their students. It's going to be something that's going to be easily read, okay, or students that have dyslexia, etc. So I could probably give dyslexia, dysgraphia, okay, I lost my, okay, there we go. And then I'm going to center this. Okay, over here, position. I'm going to put this in the center. Why are you not going into the center? Get in the center. Oh, I think that might be the hold on. I'm going to check this out. Okay, resume. Sorry. It's been a little while since I've worked with Google Slides on this. I work with so many different programs that I have to remind myself what the features are. Okay, so we're going to format this, and here it is, align and indent, and I want mine centered, and there we go. And I want it to be in the middle. Okay, and then from here, like, I can increase the size. You can have all of your, if you want all of your fonts to be the exact same size, totally fine. What I do is if it's doesn't have so many letters in it, I will make it larger. I make the font larger. If the more letters, the longer the word is, I will make the font smaller. Okay, I just like to fill up this space. I think that's kind of the art teacher in me. Okay, so. Over here, one more thing that I want to do, because I want to make sure that I can fit as many, get rid of myself again, I want to make sure I can fit as many of these in here as possible. So page setup, I'm going, sorry, page set, okay, oh, in Word custom, I'm looking for... Okay, I'm looking for the outline. Let me see if this will let me. Okay, there we go. I forgot that in Word or in Google Docs, it will have like a border around it so that it gives you your boundaries. Like it'll like has like, do you want your margins to be wide or narrow? Do you want them to be like 1 inch, like top, bottom, left, right? Or do you want them to go all the way to the edge? So in this, I had forgotten that you can just click it and you can drag it like all the way to the edge on Google Slides. Because remember, Google Slides is actually meant to be viewed, really, more so than just printed. But again, you can print this, so we're going to print these. Okay, so now I may have to go and adjust this depending on like how many I can fit down here. You should be able to fit 5, because I've made these cards like for a year, like over a decade. And I've always been able to fit 5 of these. Okay, if I can't fit 5 of them, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to decrease the size of this. So I'm just going to copy. So I'm going to push Command C. So I'm on a Mac. It might be it's either Control C or Command C, depending on what computer you're on. And then I'm going to paste that. So there's 1, and I love that little red line that helps me line it up. Okay, I'm going to do another 1, 2. And I may end up moving these a little bit closer to the center later. Center. Not the center. There we go. Okay, and another one. I'm really going to have to work on not babbling and saying when I'm making these videos. Sometimes grabbing a hold of the right part of that is difficult, challenging. I would really like it if these were evenly spaced, but whoop, I got a little bit hanging off down the bottom. So I'm going to go through here. I'm going to, I should have known that. I'm going to delete these, and I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to here. Here's my size. I'm going to make these 3, I'm going to decrease it by, let me see, a 1/5. Ooh, just that. Now I say that and I'm thinking, man, is that 1/5? Is that 3/4? I'm just going to decrease it a little bit. Okay. By a small percentage. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. You can also do it that way too. Drag this down. Where is the center actually? There's the center. Okay, I'm going to put that. There we go. Okay, so this is taking a while, right? Once you get this done, you can use this as a template, and then you can use this over and over again, okay? So I'm going to save it like save a copy. Get all this formatted. I'm going to save a copy, get it the way I want it, get all the line spacing the way that I want it, and then I'm going to use this as a template. Okay, so I think I can highlight all of these. Let me see. I think I can highlight all these. Command C, copy, click over here, Command or Control V, paste. There we go. And then it's like, no! Choke myself up there. Hang on. No. You're supposed to move at the same time. Okay, Control C, Control V. Now I want it all to move at the same time. I'm gonna use my arrow button and move it to where I want it. I'm not so bothered like by this extra space over here because that's gonna happen. What I want to do is when I cut this, I'm gonna cut right down the middle right there. I'm not gonna actually cut on this black line because I like a little bit of that border showing. So I'm going to cut right down that line right there. So, and then you're going to have a little bit of extra paper, okay, left over. That's just how it's going to be. Okay, so I got that done. And then I'm going to come through here and I'm going to change this. Okay, one. Now some of these are going to run over. I'm going to fix that. Form space, and it helps if you have your lesson notes with you. We'll just say contrast, and we'll do unity and variety, elements of art, and then a few of the principles of design. So, okay, so the ones that don't run over, I'm just gonna leave those how they are. Okay, let me save this real quick. So if you are in Google Slides, it should automatically save every now and then. But if you're not using Google Slides, if you're using like PowerPoint, and again, they work just a little bit different, okay? Remember that they're different, two different programs, but they work the same, a little bit different. Anyway, okay, so just make sure that you save it before you get too far. Okay, so I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to go to not format. I'm sorry. I'm going to come over here to, stop that. I'm going to come over here to the size of my font. I'm going to decrease that just a little bit. And I want it as big as it can possibly be without, there you go, without going to the next slide. What is that? Like when it spills over into the next. Okay, I just totally lost the word. When it's just not hyphenated. Oh my goodness. Okay, pause. Okay, so I had to look that up. It's a hyphenated, but it's like breaking or non-breaking. I do not want my word to break apart. Okay, so I'm going to decrease it so that these are non-breaking. I do not want my words to break up. I want them to be unified. Okay, so here we go. This looks just not exciting. It is very boring. There's nothing exciting about the borders around here. What you can do, sometimes you can maybe you go to theme, maybe you go to background, maybe you could even get like an image to put behind there. Okay, just consider, are you going to be color printing? Or are you going to be printing black and white? Like I look at these and these look extremely boring. Like I want something just a little bit more exciting. Maybe I would change the font on them. I believe you can select all of them and change the font. So let's try that. So select all is going to be Command A if you're on a Mac. So let me go back. Command A selects all of those little labels. Okay, little business card size labels. Control A on a PC, on like a Dell, whatever. It's like an Android of the computers. Control A is going to be select all. Okay. And then, so now that's all selected, and I can come up to my fonts, and I can find something a little bit more interesting. That's not very easily read. Anyway, I do like Comic Sans, just because it looks kind of, kind of kiddish. It doesn't look like too serious, like an adult. I'm trying to think. That's not my favorite. I mean, I like the styles, like calligraphy styles or things that have. I think they're called serifs. No, yeah. But anyway, there's a lot of different fonts that I like, but that doesn't mean that it is going to be good for viewing. Like even this, it just has a lot of like the extra curves and circles. It just has a lot of variations, and I also think like my young learners, like how are they going to write this? So I'm trying to think, like, are there some letters on here? Like say the number 4. I don't know how many numbers on here, but let's say the number 4. A lot of times you'll see it where it like it is on my keyboard, like it goes. Let me see if I can do this backwards. Up and then down and then over, or did I do that forward? Well, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The like number 4, where that's not how we write it if we're writing it. Well, some people may, but that's not how we teach kids to write it. But anyway, just something to think about when your students are reading this, like the like the lowercase a in Verdana. Like we don't teach kids to write their A's like that. We expect them to read it that way, but that's not how we teach them to write it. Okay. Anyway, I know I chase a lot of rabbits. I'm always working on staying focused, keeping my attention, so I totally understand when my students get distracted. Okay, so we're going to print this. Either I can push Command P on a Mac or Control P for print on a PC, or I can go to File, Print, and of course I can't see my print, but there it is. And we're going to see what this looks like. So this is how it's going to print out. Okay. Again, it's not exciting. There's nothing really glamorous about this. I like the outer edges of these to be just a little bit more, bright and colorful. So make sure that you have your cardstock in your printer. Don't put all your cardstock in your printer, because somebody in your household may come along. Now this doesn't happen to me. I'm just imagining like a house that you have a lot of people using a printer, and then somebody uses all your cardstock up, and on an accident, I accidentally printed all of that. Anyway, so just put just a few pieces of paper, a few pieces of cardstock in there, push print, stay close to your printer, make sure that it's not, your cardstock doesn't jam, etc. Okay. Anyway, and then you would get your paper cutter out. You're going to cut these. I like to cut them this way first. I like to cut on the long edge first. Cut the long edge right there. Cut the long edge right there, and then turn them sideways, and then cut them this way, and then get your little personalized thermal laminator ready. Put these in little laminating pouches, and you will have I'm going to push cancel on this, and then you're going to have your tags or labels, your business card sized labels ready. These last a really long time. One of the ideas that I gave to my daughter, I think this is a really good idea. I don't have any examples right in front of me, or I would show you, but you could, if you had different table groups and you wanted to make sure that each table group had their own set of words or vocabulary, or maybe it's a game that you're playing, if you'll put little, like at the bottom corner, just put little sticky dots. You could even do it with a pen or a marker dauber, a Sharpie marker, a permanent marker. And then put dots. So like maybe this one, all these I wanted to go to my blue table group. And I just go through and I just put a little blue dot on the bottom right corner before I laminate it. Okay, dot. And then I print another set out. And maybe it's for my red color group, my red table group. Dot, red. Okay, so that you can have your student say, hey, I need you to, maybe for some reason they get mixed up. Okay, this helps, one, make sure that everybody has all the cards that they need. If one falls on the floor, you're like, oh, well, who doesn't have, one of the things I feel like is not a good classroom management technique is to say, whose is this? Whose is this? Who's missing a line? If you look at it, it has a blue dot on it. you take it to the blue group. If it has a red dot on it, if it's on the floor and it has a red dot on it, you know that it's missing from the red stack. Okay, that's just a little organizational tip. Like I said, you can either get the little dots and you can put the dots on there if you want, or you can hand color these to help coordinate, to keep things separated. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys out using Google Slides, creating the format, the business card sized tags and labels. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to go ahead and make myself a copy. I'm going to relabel it as, entire presentation selected slides. I just do the entire thing. And I'm going to relabel this whatever I want it to be. I like to keep the size on there so that if ever, like in the future, like I'm looking for something, I can just put business card size or whatever. Tags and labels, we'll put elements of art. Elements of art. Okay, make a copy. Okay. And then this one is my copy. That's my copy. This is my original. And anyway, so unless you're moving them all around, once you get that established, you don't have to keep doing it. Okay. And then one more thing. Let me see if I can select all and change. Look at that. You can select them all and you can change the border all at once. What? So Command A. So I was working with a program. I think it might have been like on Canva or on something like an online like t-shirt making site or whatever, where I was trying to select everything and then do an action, and it wouldn't let me. Canva or Cricut, like Cricut Design Space. I do a lot of design stuff. Well, I say a lot, but it feels like a lot. Anyway, but I couldn't select everything. So I get excited when I can select everything and it performs one function. Woo, yeah. Ooh, and I think you can even make it thicker. Oh yeah, maybe not that thick, but okay, anyway. Hey guys, I've said this in other videos. Sometimes it's just the little things. It's the little things that can bring us joy and excitement. Anyway, I hope this video helps you guys out. And anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.